my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions, which I'm actually really excited to do. I've had this on hand for like all of October and I've been waiting till I could film a first impressions, but I'm finally here to do it today. This is going to be on the Real Techniques Bold Metals Diamond Sponge. Miracle Diamond Sponge? Diamond Sponge? Something like that. It's supposed to be like, not necessarily a dupe for the Beauty Blender, but along the same lines, a beauty sponge that you get wet, makes everything flawless. But the idea with this one is that it has many different edges and surfaces and points and different things that you can use it for, like a flat side, just a bunch of different stuff, and I'm really excited to try it. This is $10 compared to the Beauty Blender, which is $20. Mine's disgusting, but I have it here for backup just in case things go bad with this one. I haven't even gotten this wet yet, so this is a true first impressions. I think the sponge itself is beautiful. I love like the gray marbling throughout it, and I'm just really intrigued and interested. So I'm gonna go get this wet and then we are going to try. Okay, be right back. Okay, so this has doubled in size. I don't know about doubled, but it has gotten significantly bigger. Kind of the same expansion of the Beauty Blender when you get that wet. This is no longer going to be beautiful once I dip it in foundation. That's the only downside of it being white. I've just spritzed my face with my Smashbox Photo Finish primer water, which I love. I'm gonna do everything as I normally do, and we're just gonna see how it works. So I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which I love, in the shade Ivory, which is a little bit too dark for me right now, so I'm mixing in some of my NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. So I'm just gonna make a little cocktail on the back of my hand. One pump of the foundation, then just like a little bit of that. And then I always just use like the blender itself to mix it. Here we go. Ooh. Okay, I just made the camera a little bit, I fixed the settings. I feel like I looked a little bit bright, so maybe you can see it better. But this is adding really nice coverage. I'm gonna need some more foundation. It kind of sucked up a lot of my foundation, but that's okay. Another pump. I'm really liking like this flat side, and I'm gonna get into the corners and such when I do my concealer, but I'm digging this so far. It's just like, I don't know, just really good coverage for it being a sponge, which I'm like, I haven't used a brush for my foundation in so long. I'm totally addicted to my Beauty Blender, and this is so nice. I'm loving having the huge surface for like my whole face. It just all looks seamless and flawless, which is what you want, which is what like the point of the beauty sponge is, to kind of, the dampness kind of smooths everything out. Okay, I am already loving this. And it's like easy to hold too, at least when you're doing it with the flat side. Hooray! I'm so pleased! Okay, so I moved you in a bit so we could see the concealer together, but you can see like it's just a nice even coverage everywhere, and I'm loving having the big ass flat surface to like cover quicker, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm loving it. Okay, so for concealer I'm going to use my trusty Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer. I am in the shade Fair Neutral. Love this stuff. It really is like weightless, and I love using it with a beauty sponge. The two of them together, you just look flawless. So I'm just going to pop this everywhere. Well, not everywhere, under my eyes, down my nose, a little bit on my forehead. That was a little high, whoops. And then on my chin. I just do what Jaclyn Hill tells me to do, honestly. So for this, I'm going to use the other end of the sponge, and I'm interested to see how well it gets in. Ooh, that fits nicely. Okay, here we go. I mean, so it's blending it out nicely. It's not, I just picked my nose a little and got an itch. It's a little bit more of like a thinner tip, and it's kind of flimsy, which isn't my favorite, but it's still like getting everything that I needed to. And I sometimes with the Beauty Blender I struggle to get in there, and I'm not struggling with this, which is cool. This we could use like this side. Ooh. So I'm using like not the top, but like near, you know. I am really liking this sponge. So the other eye. It's just making everything look so flawless. And that's what I love about this concealer as well, is like if you put too much on, but then you use a damp sponge, like you're not gonna be in trouble because it's gonna look good. I'm gonna use the little flat side as well. This would also be good for using like with cream contouring and blush if you do all that in cream, because it has all these different sides. So if you get one side dirty with foundation, you can do the other with bronzer, and then blush, you have like all these different sides to use. Okay. I am loving this. Okay, now I'm just going to use my NYX Incredible Waterproof Concealer in Porcelain. I think this might be discontinued. I'm always able to find it online though, so I'll link it down below, but it's one of my favorite spot concealer, so I'm just gonna put this on my little trouble areas, usually in my chin. But this concealer covers up redness really well and doesn't budge, so I like it. Sometimes I use my beauty blender for this, sometimes I just use my finger, but I'm gonna use one of like the smaller edges right here just to pat that over. Okay, and now one of my favorite things to do with my beauty sponge is to set it with some translucent powder. Mine's broken, which is really upsetting, but it comes out of there pretty nicely, so I just... So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in there and then use the pointed tip again. I kind of just, same with my beauty blender, I get like the whole side going and then I just go to town. And I love the way this looks. I mentioned this in my morning routine that I've been really into doing this. I just think it makes everything look like your pores look smaller. You don't look powdery or anything. You look matte, but not too matte. I don't know, I'm just really into it. And with this technique, I know that like my under eye concealer and my foundation and the other spots that I set aren't really gonna budge. They're gonna stay put. So I love it. Okay, I am going to go finish the rest of my makeup, wash this guy off, and then we will be back to discuss it. Okay guys, so the final verdict on this thing is that I totally and completely love it. I think it is a total beauty blender dupe. I feel like they do pretty much the exact same thing. I mean, I've only used it once, it's my first impression, but I really truly loved it, and for half the price, I believe exactly half the price, can't beat that. I'm also so impressed with how clean it came. I mean, I don't normally wash my beauty blender after every use. I know I should. And I tell myself that if I did my makeup in my bathroom, I would, but I honestly wouldn't, let's be real. But it came super duper clean. I mean, not completely clean, but good enough. I would 100% recommend this, and I will have it linked down below. I'm excited about this, and I want to try more. I want to try the Morphe one, because Jaclyn Hill loves that. I know Real Techniques has some other ones. Let me know down below your favorite beauty blender dupe, and I want to try them, because I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want more first impressions and stuff, let me know. I hope you'll subscribe to catch more beauty, first impression, drugstore stuff. And yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you very soon, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!